and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, August the 2nd, 2022. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, TCAT gets a new location in Manchester. Mayor Noes held his quarterly Planning and Coordinating Committee meeting, and the Tullahoma Parks and Rec Department presented its master plan to the City Board. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. There's a new home for Tennessee College of Applied Technology, or TCAT. Coffee County Instructional Service Center is operated through the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, McMinnville. Formerly located in a building owned by VIAM, the new facility shares space with the Department of Human Service and is located at 91 Industrial Parkway. This new TCAT location is a partnership with the DHS and Coffee County and may serve as a model for other similar partnerships throughout the state. The new campus has a 12,600 square feet. This provides space for the current industrial maintenance program and enables future expansion into other program areas. Dr. Melody Edmonds, TCAT McMinnville's president, said, quote, "The Manchester area deserves access to the programs offered at the Tennessee College of Applied Technology in their local community. We are very pleased to support the workforce needs and aid students with high-demand, high-paying careers," end quote. The Coffee County Commission recently finalized a resolution to set aside 11 acres in the Coffee County Joint Industrial Park for a permanent campus in the future. For more information, visit tcatmcminnville.edu or call 931-473-5587. TCAT McMinnville is one of the public, community, and technical colleges comprising the College System of Tennessee, governed by the Tennessee Board of Regents. Stephen Crook of the Coffee County Industrial Board gave the mayor's quarterly Planning and Coordinating Committee meeting an update about activities going on at the Coffee County Industrial Parks.
A few brief updates for you. Since we last spoke, Dot Foods had announced their plans to locate in the Manchester Industrial Park to construct a new distribution facility, 177,000 square feet, and they're planning their groundbreaking in the coming weeks. And so in August is the plan for them to break ground. Construction will take about 18 months, and so they are hiring now. If you know anybody that has CDL certification specifically, that's what they're looking for. And since those are in short supply, we're doing a lot of work with our education partners to try and facilitate the creation of some more CDL training opportunities for citizens of Coffee County as well as for the region as a whole. Additionally, Coffee County has been selected as a recipient of the State of Tennessee's Marketing Assistance Program grant. And so the objective therein is to provide communities with some marketing tools and resources for quality of life, business relocation, and workforce relocation. Winston and I have been in conversations a lot about that, and he's been absolutely clutch in securing a lot of the facilities that we'll be highlighting. We'll get an anthem video, about a minute and a half, where it's basically our calling card statement piece for why you should think about coming to our community. And we'll also be receiving some additional social media tools, slide decks, photos, video, B-roll footage, and things like that for future endeavors. So we're making this available to all our economic development partners, and so we appreciate all the support that we've gotten thus far. We got a big video shoot coming up next week, and so Winston and I will be working through that. We do have a pretty stable amount of project activity across a diverse section of industries. Right now, we're still seeing a lot of electric vehicle projects as the combustion engine projects have kind of scaled back over the last couple of years. EV projects continue to be pretty hot and heavy. We're making a concerted effort to move into the aerospace and defense sectors, partnering with our designation as a defense community, partnering with Arnold Community Council and Air Force Base. We're trying to make sure that we can get into some of those sectors for suppliers and even larger employers in the aerospace and defense. And also, we're continuing to see some activity in engineering, robotics, automation engineering specifically, and we think that the airport park could be a great fit for some of those projects. And so working with the team here in Tullahoma, we're going to be continuing to move in that direction. A couple of events coming on here pretty soon. The Intelligent Mobility Conference put on by the state of Tennessee is going to be coming up next week, and the Air Space and Missile Defense Symposium is coming up a couple weeks after that. And so I think we're going to jump in a car together and tag team on the way down there. What you're probably hearing and will continue to hear for the many, many years to come is we're going to be inseparable as economic development partners. It's not us as the industrial board, it's not the county as a whole, it's us as economic development partners. And so if you hear me say Winston's name a lot, it's because we talk a lot, and we're going to continue to do that as long as I don't annoy him. So
We'll be right back after these messages.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Welcome back. Tullahoma Director of Schools Dr. Catherine Stevens and School Board Chair Kim Usselton addressed the Mayor's quarterly planning and coordinating committee meeting.
I'll tell you, we've been doing a lot this summer. If you've noticed, there are roofers at the high school working on the roof. If you've noticed, the high school parking lot is sealed and striped. You might have noticed the tennis court is gone, and we are working on the new tennis court. It's very exciting. We have Bel Air Elementary. When you walk into Bel Air, it is bright and beautiful. New tiles, LED lighting, new HVAC units. Roof is coming next, doing a lot of work. We're moving toward access control across our district. East Middle is done, and what that means is those of us with an ID with a chip can access through just placing our ID on a reader, and we can enter. The door unlocks, and we are moving that way to all of our schools for exterior entry. It's a great safety move, if you will. Thankful to our board who supports so many great practices. This week has been an important week. We had Convocation Monday, a wonderful guest speaker, Kim Bearden. She is a nationally known educator, author, amazing, from Atlanta, Georgia, at the Ron Clark Academy, doing great work there. One of our CEO partners, Stan McNabb, gifted one of our teachers, Beth Ray, teacher at Bel Air, with a car for the year. They have been partnering with the district since 2012 in this endeavor, and so I had some of those teachers who have won those cars before stand up. What a partnership, and what a joy and pleasure to honor a Teacher of the Year in that way. We've been visiting all the schools, welcoming everybody back personally. We were at the CEO breakfast this morning, and our favorite thing happens Monday. 3 guesses. Children come back. Welcome back. We can't wait to have our kiddos back on Monday, August 1st. Thank you. To our wonderful board chair.
Thank you. I'm Kim Esselton, Tullahoma City Schools Board Chair, and she covered everything that I might be covering, but I just really want to give appreciation to our leadership and administrative team for all the work that they've done this summer. They work all summer in preparation for the kids coming, and I'm super excited about this school year and am really, really hopeful that big COVID is behind us and that things can feel even better than what normal was. And we're excited.
Manchester resident Sean Ballantyne started his college education in 1996, immediately after graduating high school. A year later, he said he, quote, crashed and burned out of engineering school and wanted to take some time off to figure out what he wanted to do and grow up. That turned into more like 50 semesters, he said, taking 25 years off from school. During the in-between, a lot of things happened. I failed so miserably back then. I drank a lot, had no self-control, and had zero time management skills. At 31 years old, he finally quit drinking and started rebuilding his life. He ended up doing ministry work with poor people in New York City, which he said informed his worldview. I earned a non-accredited missional theology degree and did some pastoral counseling. That work rekindled my love for learning, Ballantyne explained. My family and I moved to Middle Tennessee about 3.5 years ago, said Ballantyne. I was faced with limited career options and began looking into local schools. Ballantyne discovered Tennessee Reconnect. It was a lifesaver financially, he said. Through the state of Tennessee's Reconnect program, Motlow offers tuition scholarships for adults with no prior degree. Whether you've never attended college or graduated, ask Motlow how to complete your degree tuition-free. In 2021, he enrolled at Motlow to complete an associate degree online and continue working. I've had an incredible experience with Motlow. Everyone has been helpful and encouraging thus far. I plan to continue my education after Motlow, hopefully at UT Knoxville, because they have a strong social work program, Ballantyne said. Plans to earn his master's degree and provide therapy locally after. I highly encourage others to go back to school. It is a sacrifice once you have other responsibilities. And for me, it also required growth in areas where I was lacking. The opportunities provided help not only you, but also your community, he added. Motlow wants to help students who stopped out for whatever reason get back into college and finish their education. And Motlow offers free tuition for many eligible adults. For those who may not qualify, the cost of tuition at Motlow is a fraction of the price at four-year institutions. Fall classes start on August 22nd. It's not too late to register and apply. Visit motlow.edu to learn more. And after these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. Growing and growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. Tullahoma Parks and Rec Director Dave Anderson had his Parks and Rec Master Plan looked at during the latest Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting. We go to that clip now.
2022 Comprehensive Parks and Recreation Department. That's the master plan submitted by David Anderson,
Move to approve.
and Barry's second.
I have
Discussion.
And this might be a question for Mr. Anderson. One of the things that was brought to me and has been brought to me over and over again is not in here. And I was wondering if there was any feasibility to add it in at D.W. Wilson itself. There's 2 ADA concerns I keep getting from people regarding the entranceway and being able to bring a scooter or any kind of handy-capable things with making those turns and being able to get in. If there's a feasibility to add improvements of that into it, as well as, and this has come up before, an adult changing table. Those are the 2 things I would really, really like to see in here. We have, and I didn't know if that was something we could add to this.
Absolutely, and Alderman Dunn made a really good point as far as all of these plans, any of these planning plans. The advantage of the purpose of these master plans is for it to be a living, working document. The purpose is to change. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for guidance to change. Once we've made these changes, then we can move on and add or delete as necessary for all of these plans. But yes, ADA improvements are definitely a part of the plan. I'm not sure if they were specified in each of our suggested.
They were on a lot of them, but not D.W. Wilson. And that's why I wanted to amend this, probably to add ADA improvements to D.W. Wilson. And that's this is specific. I know it's specific, but I know that we have people who are in need of that.
No, for sure. And that was part of the improvements throughout the city. We're trying to designate money each year for our ADA transition plan improvements. And yes, we can definitely include that and add to the plan.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a motion and a second to approve. Would we like to amend that to include direction to Director Anderson to
look at, yes, I'd like to amend to add ADA approved improvements to D.W. Wilson, including an adult changing table.
Second?
Second.
As needed.
Are we going to add money for him too?
I mean, well, we don't have any money in here for now.
Any further
That's a, but
discussion?
I bet we can apply for grants.
Wait, who did the second?
I did.
Blank.
I did.
Any further discussion?
I have a question about the dehumidifier in the indoor pool. I saw a thing that it was not working properly.
It's working okay. It's dated, and it's in need of repairs. Now, that was for more of a, I think it was a midterm solution, so that would be in the next 5 years.
That is how old? It's 8 years old?
It's older than that for the indoor pool.
10? It's not much more than 10.
Right, and they only last about 15 years.
Okay, I would highly recommend that we really push that, because that's why we had to redo the indoor pool.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
We rotted down the superstructure because we didn't have any kind of way of mitigating that, and it just, it closed down that pool for about 2 years. So.
We voted on something with that indoor pool like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it not the dehumidifier? What?
I think it was a pump.
A pump. Okay, so all right, sorry. All right.
Real quick, but yes, we can bump that priority up.
Well, that may save us having to replace that shell again in 15 years or whatever.
I know that we're running late, but this is a really big deal, and I feel like we kind of stole Director Anderson's thunder and didn't give him an opportunity to briefly explain, because there are public watching as well tonight, just kind of briefly explain what it is and why the benefits of having this plan and the grants and the monies and
the beginning of our plan, the goal of the system-wide Parks and Rec master plan is to provide an inventory and an analysis of the existing conditions, followed by recommendations to better serve the community's needs. These recommendations will be provided as achievable and actionable strategies to serve as a framework for the Tullahoma Parks and Recreation Department over the next 10 years. This plan will help guide the City of Tullahoma through management and operations of Parks and Recreation, as well as improved and additional recreational facilities and amenities based on Tullahoma Tullahoma's unique needs. So basically, it's a framework of what we're wanting to do to improve the department over the next 10 years. It also does satisfy our requirements for local parks and recreation funds, that grant, which is an 80-20 grant that comes out every couple of years, as well as a recreational trails program grant. One of the primary recommendations that came from the public was to increase our greenway system that we recently renamed for Lane and Evelyn Curley. That's a priority of one of our newer projects that we need to do, and we need to look at these recreational trails program grants as a way to make these improvements.
Thank you, Director Anderson. We have a vote. We have a motion to approve this plan with the amendment. And the ADA compliance south with south down there.
We have not voted on the amendment.
That's what we're going to do right now. Just to vote on that amendment. Green for yes and red for no. And that passes 7-0. Okay, now we can vote on the original motion with the amendment attached. Green for yes and red for no. It's approved 7-0. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Parkview Senior Living, for your dog's best friend, you.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. Even though school is starting back up, summer is far from over. In this video provided by the Tennessee State Parks Department, we get some tips about enjoying Tennessee state parks.
Do you hear that? I'd know it anywhere. That's the sweet sound of summer at Tennessee State Parks.
Warm weather is here, and we're ready to see you out enjoying Tennessee State Parks over the coming months.
We can't wait for you to find fresh air, wide open spaces, and inspiring adventures across the state. We have a few tips to help you enjoy a safe and responsible visit.
It's great seeing so many new faces at our parks. That being said, we need your help keeping our trails safe this year.
So if you love this waterfall,
if you love this view, if you love your Tennessee State Parks, then show it. We found all kind of crazy stuff on the trail last year.
Are you serious? What in the world?
Please carry out what you carry in and only pack in what you plan to carry out.
Please keep your pets on a leash to keep wildlife, visitors, and other pets safe. We don't want them getting lost in the forest.
When visiting the park, please stay on designated paths and trails. Our parks are home to some pretty cool plants and animals. When you find something neat at the park, please leave it be so everybody can enjoy it.
Let's give each other some space. The outdoor experience is much more enjoyable when we all spread out a little.
Some parks and areas are busier than others. If you show up to a parking lot and it is full, consider checking out another park or area. If it doesn't look like a parking space, it's not a parking space.
Be safe when trying new things and avoid unnecessary risks. Your first camping trip probably shouldn't be a backpacking experience.
It's always important to bring a pack of essentials on any hike. Stuff like water, snacks, medicine, first aid kit, flashlight, rope, and matches are some of the things you can use.
Book an overnight stay. Our cabins, campgrounds, and lodges are open and ready for your vacations.
Most states charge fees to interstate parks. That's not the case in Tennessee. If you'd like to help preserve and protect our parks, consider volunteering. We also have nonprofit organizations that you can join that help support our parks.
If you visit a park often, consider donating. Your donations stay in the park. They help build trails, they help us purchase equipment, and they help bobblehead. So please consider donating.
We know how important the outdoors are to physical and mental health.
We can't wait to see you all outside this year.
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include musician Andrew Brack, who will give us a preview of next weekend's South Jackson Goes Country, and we'll hear from Tullahoma Planning and Codes Director Mary Samandiego. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family. Caring. Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest. Engaging. With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1942 at 97 degrees. The record low for this day was in 1895 at 48 degrees. The average high for this day is 88 and the average low is 68. Partly cloudy for tonight with a low of 69. 20% of showers for 20% chance of storms actually on Wednesday with a high of 89 and a low of 70. And storms are likely for Thursday with a high of 88 and a low of 71. And don't forget, Election Day is Thursday, so be sure to get out and vote. And be sure to tune in to Charter Channel 193 across all of our platforms on Thursday at 7 o'clock for our election night coverage. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe and have a great evening.